Welcome to the Brad and Taylor Show. Today we have Connor Kobilarcsik.
You're listening to the Brad and Taylor Show, a podcast that inspires entrepreneurs to pursue their passions. We're sitting down with some of the best to learn how they got started and some lessons they learned along the way.
Hey, Connor.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you two?
We're doing good. Well, let's get the show started. So tell us a little bit about you. What do you do?
Yeah, so I'm a licensed realtor. I work in Northeast Ohio market, and my broker is Russell Real Estate Services. It's a small kind of family-run brokerage. There's 11 offices in Northeast Ohio, and that's kind of a little bit about me and my life in real estate.
I like it. So how'd you get started in real estate?
So I've been licensed for about 9 months now. I was a social worker for 6 years. And I started dipping my toes into some different entrepreneurial ventures and landed in real estate and got my license. And I was working my other full-time job for a while, and I left that job 3 months ago, and now I'm full-time realtor.
I like it. So what was your first adventures? You said you tried some entrepreneurial things. What are other things you tried?
Well, I did my toes into a few different things. I never fully dove into anything. I actually am sometimes work at a warehouse. My friends sell third party on Amazon through Amazon FBA. So I thought about getting into something like that. I thought about, any kind of business I could do selling things third party to kind of make some extra money. And the more I looked into that kind of stuff, it just was too much overhead. I mean, they have a big business that they run in it.
Right.
I fell for real estate because there's an entrepreneurial aspect to it, but the groundwork's already laid out. So you don't have to come up with everything from the ground up, which suits me a little bit better.
Oh yeah. Is there when you first joined real estate, were you on a team? Are you still on a team, or are you just solo, or what you doing?
Solo agent.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Agent.
And you said you came from social work, right? So that kind of has some similarities in what you're doing now. I'm sure you see some of the same things, maybe.
For sure. Yeah. I think, I was a caseworker in a couple different capacities for some years.
Okay.
It's given me, I think it really gave me a leg up in a lot of ways, like going on, I do a lot of phone prospecting, and going on listing appointments with people I've never met is like, it's really no big deal to me because I've been in and out of random houses for a lot of years. So meeting people at their front door isn't an issue, which is nice. I kind of already have that, confidence going into things like that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Speaking of going in and out of a lot of different homes, what is the worst property you've been to since you've been an agent?
Since I've been an agent, I looked at that question. I was going to say, like, when I was a social worker, I've been in a lot worse homes than I've been as an agent.
I bet.
So it's kind of like my outlook on homes is like, I'm like, it's not that bad. I do have I will say I have a listing right now out in Madison. It needs a lot of work, but it's a gorgeous old century home. But that has been my first experience with listing a home that needs a lot of work. It's definitely posed its fair share of challenges just because different buyers are coming in and estimating different amounts of work that need to be done. So it's definitely been a challenge in that regard. But you know what? I honestly think for me, that question is tough because of the places I've been in social work. So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I'm sure you've seen your fair share of situations in homes.
Tell us about your first transaction. How did you get that?
Yeah, so my very first transaction was actually an old friend who I hadn't talked to for some years. It was his girlfriend, so he referred her over to me, and that was my first transaction on the buy side.
Okay.
Nice.
How'd it go? Was it smooth on your end? Did no hiccups in the way, or did you have some learning experiences from it?
You know what? I think that almost every deal I've done so far, I'm under contract on, has had its learning experiences, just because it's all so new. So this particular transaction was the seller had listed their home on the MLS through a limited listing service. So he paid some money to get it on the MLS. So my very first transaction, I was basically managing both sides of the deal, essentially. So it definitely had its challenges, but it ended up working out because negotiating was really easy because he didn't really have representation. So, Yeah.
That's awesome. What is some advice that you got at the beginning that kind of stuck with you along the way? I know it's only been 9 months, but still, what's some advice that you got at the beginning?
Or maybe some advice that maybe you got that you didn't take. I know that seems to be a common.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I could easily go. The one I'll answer both. The advice I got that I didn't take is I didn't get a buyer broker agreement signed on with one of my clients, and they bought a home off market. And so I showed them, a lot of homes, spent some time, and didn't get paid. So that would be a mistake that was recommended of me, and I did not do. What was the other one?
Just
advice. Yeah, advice that you maybe got and didn't take, or the worst advice that you got.
Yeah, so I guess another advice that was given to me that I try to stick with every day is that I need to make contacts every day. So the longer I'm in real estate, the more I realize that Tom Ferry and other real estate content creators and coaches talk about it being a contact sport. So every day I try to make contacts, whether that's calling past clients, calling Sphere, cold calling for sale by owners, or anything like that.
That's awesome. Did you start doing that from the get-go, or is this something that you just started implementing, that time blocking, so you have the time to set aside to make those calls?
Yeah, I've pretty much been prospecting since the beginning.
Okay.
I got 2 of my deals right now are for sale by owner that I prospected. We're closing on I listed their home, sold it, and we're closing on the buy side tomorrow. I'm actually on my way to the final walkthrough.
Oh, exciting.
So the prospecting has started to pay off in a couple different ways. So yeah, I hit the ground running with that for sure.
That's awesome. Yeah, and you're on your way to the next one, so that's
right.
Super exciting. It's almost done.
Yes.
That's awesome. Moving forward, what are some plans you got coming up? What's the next step?
Yeah, so I have really high goals for myself. I guess my next step would be I do work some hours a week at my friend's warehouse to kind of bring in some extra income. So my next goal is to not have to do that anymore. And then, my goals for next year are to basically double what I did this year as far as production. So I'm on track to do possibly 3 million this year. So my goal next year would be to do 6 or 7.
Nice.
Okay.
That's a pretty good goal.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Absolutely. Do you have any business books that you recommend to anybody starting out, or any business books that you like?
Yeah. So right from the beginning, I was given the book Ninja Selling by Larry Kendall.
Mm-hmm.
It has some really cool groundwork in it to implement into your business. I can't say that I've done it to the extent that it probably should be done, but I definitely take different tidbits from it and apply it to how I interact with people. And it's a pretty sweet book.
That's awesome. I like it. How can people get a hold of you?
People can get a hold of me. The best way to get a hold of me is on my cell phone. And the other best ways are I have Instagram. My Instagram handle is Connor, Connor, Koby, Koby, Realtor. And on Facebook, it's just my name, Connor Kobilarcsik. Is my personal page, and I have a business page, Connor Kobilarcsik, Russell Realty.
I like it. Hey, awesome. Hey, thanks for coming on and sharing your story with us today.
Yeah.
Are these working?
All right.
Here we go.
Oh, there we go. I think they're working. Should we tell them?
Mine keeps falling. It doesn't like my voice.
What do we got to tell them?
Subscribe.
Subscribe? What do we got to point at it? Hey, I think there's a subscription button.
It might be there.
It might be right there too.
Somewhere.
Find
it. It's red.
Yeah. And it's blue. It's green. I don't really know.
It's a color.
This mic isn't even attached. Did you plug these in? Well, I guess.
I wonder if they can hear us.
Yeah, I wonder if they hear us. Well, we should probably tell them if they can hear us. We should probably tell them also give us a 5-star review for listening to on Apple. That'd be cool.
5 stars,
review.
Guys.
Share it with everybody they can think of.
We won't take 4 stars.
Taylor, I don't even think these are on.
No, I don't think this is working.
This is not working.